my angels, my dears. I'm Angel. Welcome to my channel and to another video. Now, if you remember on my last video, I said I was doing something a little bit different on this video. Well, let me show you exactly what I mean by that. Come on, let's go. Now, have you ever had guests over for the holidays, for Christmas or Thanksgiving, and while you're in the kitchen doing all that work, doing all that cooking, they're sitting in the living room or they're coming back and forth in the kitchen, into the refrigerator, into the pantry to get a snack? Well, today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a fruit, a nut, and a cheese platter or a cheese display for you to serve your guests and keep them out of your way while you're doing that special cooking for them. Now, this fruit, nut, and cheese platter is very easy, very simple to make. As a matter of fact, you can also make a separate cheese platter. So let's go. Let's get into the kitchen. It's very easy, very simple to make. Come on, let's go. Actually, you know what? We're not even going to the kitchen. I'm going to make it right here on my pass-through. You can make it on any work surface that you have. All right, let's get started. For the nuts, I'll be using cashews, and here I'll be using 3 different seasonings, 3 different coatings. The first one, chili lime. The second one will be rosemary and sea salt, and the third one will be toasted coconut. And here I'll be straining all the nuts to take off all the extra dust and all the extra seasoning. So when I place it on the platter, it'll look nice and neat.
I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about. Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about? I can tell you what Christmas is all about.
Chestnut roasting.
The fruit I'll be using will be pineapple, kiwi fruit, strawberries, and blackberries. Now, the night before, I cut up a fresh pineapple and I cut it up into half-moon sizes. I won't show you that in the video, but remember, you can add any fruits you want. Here you see me doing the kiwi fruit. I'm cutting it, after skinning it, I'm cutting it in half-moons as well.
Oh, it's been said many times, many ways. Merry Christmas.
To plate the fruit, I'm simply overlapping the half-moon slices. But if you choose instead to use chunks, make sure that you plate them as neatly as possible. That is, to make sure they're all in the right direction, the same direction.
Chestnut roasting. Jack Frost nipping at your
Next, I'll be plating blackberries. Now, for the blackberries, I want to make sure I pick large fruit that is about the same size. Here I'm just examining them, making sure that it looks nice and neat. So when I lay them side by side, it looks uniform, it looks neat, it looks beautiful.
many times, many ways.
And to give it some depth, I place some blackberries on top of the first layer. The kiwi fruit will be next, and so when I place them, because I know they're not as firm as the blackberries and the strawberries, I'll be putting toothpicks in them. Now, just like for the pineapple, make sure that the kiwi fruit slices are overlapping. I'll be inserting a cocktail toothpick into each one of the slices of the kiwi fruit. You know, because the kiwi fruit is so soft, it's hard to stand up, and it's easy to overlap them when the toothpick is inserted.
Times, many ways. Merry Christmas.
Last but not least, we have the strawberries. And the same as I did for the blackberries, I'm going to look over, I'm going to pick over them, take the largest ones, make sure they're all uniform in size, place them side by side. Make sure they're nice and neat now. Of course, before using any kind of fruit or placing it to be served, be sure to give it a good wash. Me, I wash my strawberries and my blackberries in a solution of baking soda and water. You may also buy a produce wash in the supermarket, just like the one I used when I worked at Chipotle. Let's plate the cheese now. I'll be plating 4 cheeses. The first one will be a Swiss. The second one is a mild cheddar. The third one will be a pepper jack. And the last one will be a blue cheese. In order to save time, you may also buy all the cheeses except for the blue cheese cubed in the supermarket. I bought a tray that had 4 different cheeses, but for the blue cheese, I bought a wedge. That way I can cut it myself. When you purchase a blue cheese, make sure you don't buy the crumbles. You want it to be able to be large enough to stick the cocktail toothpick in it. Now here I'm using a regular blue cheese with an Italian name, but I love gorgonzola cheese. You know how I love gorgonzola. Lastly, I'll be drizzling some raw unfiltered honey on the blue cheese. The contrast between the saltiness and the sharpness of the cheese and the honey is absolutely wonderful. Let's finish this off with the last tray, which will be the cashews. The first one, the toasted coconut. Next, chili lime. And the last, the rosemary and sea salt. Isn't that such a lovely sight? Look at it. Now to assemble the trays. I'll be placing each one on its own level. I found my hostess display set at Amazon.com, but I'm sure you can find it anywhere. Macy's, JCPenney, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, anywhere at all. Just look for hostess set. Oh my goodness, that blue cheese looks so delicious. Lastly, you want to bring out the cocktail toothpicks and stick a few in the cheese, the variety of cheeses, and make sure you leave a plate or a bin for people to throw their toothpicks in after they've used it.
Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about?
This brings back memories of when I was growing up, how we used to spend our holidays, our Christmases at my Aunt Liza's house in the village. We would take the subway to Sheridan Square and walk over to her house on West 10th Street. I remember before dinner was ready that we had to snack on the bowl of mixed nuts that she had set out there. We had to use one of those old nutcrackers, you know, the one that's all metal. You had to be strong to use it. She even had a bowl of wrapped candy, and the one with the strawberry centers were my favorite. So there you have it, the fruit, nut, and cheese display or platter. Now you have something you can set out to keep everyone from coming into your kitchen while you're cooking for the holidays. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it's something you can use for this holiday season. So be sure to give me a like, leave a comment down below, share with anyone you know who would be able to use it, and please come back and see what my next video will be. Something y'all be cooking, I believe. All right. Or better yet, my next one may be my trip, my cruise. All right. I'll see you then. Bye. Thank you so much for staying to the very end. Please be the blessing to someone today. And as always, many blessings and much favor until we meet again. And I will see you next time.
Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas.